Welcome back to GCTV, and can you believe that we are already 12 rounds down in the Global Champions League? Just a couple of events to go until we get to the big final in Riyadh towards the end of the year. But we are here today with a new episode of The Insider to unpack Valkenswaard Stage 12. Frederik de Backer, welcome back. It's not very often that we talk about round one on The Insider. It's so often about the second day, round two, the results, the outcome. Before we unpack Valkenswaard, can we just talk about the craziness of round one? I know we discussed it in the live ever so slightly. Can you recall when you last saw the madness of a round one that took place at Tops International?
It's absolutely bizarre. There's a lot of things that you have to see and know before you can understand what happens in round one. 3 teams eliminated in round one has never happened before. One team, that's Scandinavian Vikings, didn't even have a second rider for round one. It was Yuri Mansour, whose horse was not fit. They didn't have a substitute rider there. It was remarkably Evelina Tove competing in the 2-star classes, so she was in Valkenswaard, not competing in the 5-star. They could have used her, but because Mansour's horse wasn't fit on that day, they were eliminated. Then there were the other eliminations, of Madrid in Motion, very early already. I think they were the first team to go. And that shook everybody awake. So it's a number of retirees and eliminations, 3 in the first round, never seen before. And then if you discard all the eliminations and the retired teams, and you look at the scores, this was the stage with the second highest number of or lack of clear rounds. Only in Paris we had less clear rounds than we had here in Valkenswaard. It's the stage with the highest average score in round one. Now that's one thing. Go ahead.
Is the overall story here that it didn't jump the way it looked? Well, because I never got the impression from you or any of the riders during the live that this was going to be a snake pit. Everyone felt and seemed relatively comfortable, but just none of that reflected itself.
So I woke round one. Now, I'm not a 5-star rider. That's why I'm a commentator. I'm not a 5-star rider. And I walk the course, I say, okay, first line, 8, a little bit open, then it's slightly holding into the combination. It all walked okay, doable. Second round walks taller than round one. If you look at the statistics, it's completely the opposite. So many clears in round one, so little clears in round two, and even riders couldn't get their head around it because I thought, okay, it's me, maybe I walked it wrong. I talked to Shane Breen. Breen says, I don't get it. I don't understand why round one jumped and had the results that it had, because it walked okay. Christian Ahlmann didn't compete in GCL round one. He said, I was watching from the outside, I didn't walk it. And I thought, what a massacre. What's going on there?
That's a great word.
So then I go to Marco Danesi. I said, Marco, what's happening? The sports director of the league. I said, what's happening? I don't get it. It's not just me. It's not a mistake of myself. It's also others.
Yeah.
And Danesi says, well, Ojana Vezzani, before the weekend, said, I'm going to make round one more difficult than round two, because then it's 2 days of jumping, but 3 rounds of jumping in 2 days. I want to give the horses a little bit of an easier round in round two to get ready for the Grand Prix. And that messes up my mind even more, because the course wasn't that difficult. It played out differently.
Yeah.
So again, Vezzani, and we'll also talk about it in the LGCT Grand Prix analysis, if that was his plan, it's unbelievable how he did it.
We call him a genius every week, don't we? And now again, what he's done is just completely flip the GCL on its head.
Yeah, but I don't see the genius. I don't see it, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's like, we know that the Earth isn't flat, but we just can't prove it in the 1600s. That's what happened. We know that Vezzani was a genius here, but I can't show it. I don't get it.
It's not up for us to try and understand what goes through the mind of Uliano Vezzani. Let's show you how it looked at the end of round one, because this is the big conversation here. As Frederik pointed out, 3 eliminations that you will see at the bottom. Prague Lions, a team chasing top 4, in real trouble. Valkenswaard United, your defending champions. Laura Kraut had a tough day. And this was not how many people would have imagined the bottom half of the table to look because of those eliminations, the struggle of Valkenswaard, Prague as well. And the top half, ironically, seemed slightly more understandable, because if we show you how the top half of the table looked at the end of round one in Valkenswaard, Paris Panthers, again, jumping superbly well. Your championship contenders, Stockholm Hearts, big surprise by Rome Gladiators, but Berlin, Shanghai Swans, etc., it played somewhat to part here at the end of GCL round one, and many would have expected then that Paris Panthers, like they've done many times earlier on in this year, would continue to jump really well in round two. However, what we are starting to call the Paris Panthers curse, I don't know, maybe we will unpack that for you, because Paris Panthers, once again in pole position, once again the best team of Global Champions League round one. But we've seen the script before, and it has not played out according to script.
Very correct riding from Mitli Neo, and this clear is coming up, and it's a real nice one. It's a beautiful clear of Yoli Mitli Neo. Wow, nice turn from Derek Kenny. What a beautiful round. There, the approach from 4 to 5, that was so smooth. There's a double clear, there's the lead for Paris Panthers. Double clear after double clear now. To take the win, they have to jump double clear. There is no margin at all in terms of jumping. Oh, and the back wheel's gone. Oh, it's a win for Stockholm Hearts and not for Paris Panthers. Heading for home, the time's good and the clear stands as well. They're under 25 rather. Yoli Mitli Neu does as demanded.